Padres pregame thoughts, Padres and the Blue Jays, Game 2 of this series. Jose Barrios on the mound, the former Twin. Jose Barrios for the Toronto Blue Jays, and then Darvish on the mound for the Padres. Obviously, we know Joe Musgrove pitched pretty well yesterday, went 6 innings. He was dealing with an injury with the quad, right? Kind of strained it during the start and continued to grind through the start, continued to battle, and he wanted to get through 6 innings there when he probably could have stopped after 5 innings. And it feels like Darvish is that same type of guy right now. He knows where the Padres stand in the division. He knows where they stand in the wild card division. We can throw that out, but he knows where the Padres stand in the postseason race. They're not in the race right now. That's like they're not even close to being in a spot. So he's probably viewing this as, yeah, must-win game. I got to give my all out there, so I would be very surprised if Darvish goes less than 6 innings tonight. And my Underdog Fantasy pick, I'm going to go less than 3. I believe it's 3 runs allowed. I'm going to go fewer, less on that. I'll give you another one, actually, as well. Luis Campusano, he's in the lineup tonight, catching for Darvish. I'm going to go higher on the 0.5 singles for Luis Campusano tonight. I think he's coming back. Strong performance. Barrios, I wouldn't think he's very knowledgeable about Campy, and I think that can give an advantage to Campy. Campy, by the way, he's batting 7th. Taylor Kohlwey, he makes his big league debut tonight. Tatis is DHing, so Kohlwey, he will go to right field. He was not, smashing the AAA pitching, but this kind of feels like a move where, hey, we'll see what he can give the Padres. We'll see if he can have a couple really good weeks and then maybe rotate in a new player. I don't really have any expectations for Taylor Kohlwey. We'll see how he does defensively in right field, and I think this is smart for Tatis to have this DH day. We know what happened with the ankle stuff in Philly, rolled that, then he was able to pinch hit later in the series, but now remember, they're playing on turf, so I think you get Kohlwey the big league debut, right? You can get that out of the way for him, and you can still have Tatis's bat in the lineup. You don't have to have Matt Carpenter's bat in the lineup now, right? So they're going Kohlwey over Carpenter, essentially. And you can get that extra rest for Tatis. Grisham's hitting 9th. He's in center. Regular lineup, pretty much. Kim, Tatis, Soto, Manny, Bogarts, Crony, and then Campy, Kohlwey, and Grish. Bullpen's in a good spot. Only a couple relievers had to be used yesterday. Jacob and I believe Cosgrove. So everyone should be good to go. Hader should be able to pitch these last couple games of this Toronto series if there's that situation that calls for that. The high-leverage guys, they should be able to pitch. Robert Suarez, according to Kevin Acee, he is in Toronto. He didn't have the best last rehab outing there in El Paso. I think he gave up a couple runs. Was it last night or night before that when he last pitched? But Acee did say in his Padres Daily newsletter today that maybe Thursday he's activated, so I don't know if he's going to be activated today, but he's in Toronto, according to Kevin. So maybe he's just there to play some catch, get some checkups from the trainers that are actually there in Toronto, the major league staff, instead of having to go from El Paso to San Diego if there's anyone there, maybe rehabbing some players there, and then fly all the way to Toronto. Just go to Toronto where the team is. And then if he's good, maybe be activated Thursday, or they'll just wait for the Detroit series. But looks like Suarez, I don't think he'd be in Toronto if he wasn't close, so that's good news. But he's not going to just fix this bullpen magically. It's going to have to be a group effort. So we'll see what happens tonight. I like the pitching matchup. Barrios against Darvish. I like all 3 of these pitching matchups. I thought all 3 had something interesting about them. We know last night had something interesting there. Musgrove against his former team. Manoah, was he going to continue to struggle? I know he had a good start the start before that, but was he going to continue to struggle this year? The answer was yes. Today, Darvish, Barrios. Darvish, will he continue to pitch well after that Philly start? And then tomorrow, there's the storyline, obviously, of Blake Snell. Tomorrow, by the way, after the game, I'll have post-game reaction and a live show. There's a lot to talk about with the Joe Musgrove comments that he made. Mentioned Blake Snell and Josh Hader in those comments about if the team was going to sell. And pretty much he said that the Padres, he still thinks they're a good team without those guys. So I have some thoughts on that. I'm sure a lot of you guys have thoughts on that as well. And so that will be discussed on the show tomorrow, as well as everything else that's happening here in Padres world and the 3 games in this series. Yesterday was great, but let's see if the Padres can do that again. Can they repeat that? They're going to have to do that a lot the rest of the way if they want to be a postseason team.